Push harder initially. When you're starting, harder down in here initially, which is going to give you more push to drive.
This is all about length and staying in there and recognizing that what you did in the middle of the last two games is exactly how you're going to reel them in.
It's a great opportunity in the MAC. All these things we're talking about, you guys got to get a good warm-up, be ready to go, enjoy it.
Going to go hard, they're going to stretch the pool, and they're going to work for the ball side to the middle, right? Isn't that what we talked about them doing? Is that what they're doing?
At Harvard, where athletics is considered an essential part of the college's educational mission, coaches play a critical developmental role.
One of the things that we think about when we have a four-year residential experience like Harvard's is that everybody's a teacher and everybody's a learner, and I think our coaches are our partners in that experience.
Harvard stresses a balance between academics and athletics that creates both a gratifying and demanding environment for coaches.
Well, this is the most rewarding place to coach, but it's also the most difficult, most challenging. One, because the admission standards are higher than any other school in the country. And two, there's a lot to balance here as a young student athlete. And if you want to play at a highly competitive level, you've got to have great commitment. Our athletes are dedicated, totally invested, passionate about what they're doing, but it's important to have that balance of college life as well as academic excellence.
When Harvard's coaches talk to prospective students, they emphasize that excellence in the athletic arena doesn't preclude excellence in the classroom.
The biggest thing that we stress is that academics and athletics are not mutually exclusive. You can reach your full potential here on both sides of the river.
Harvard traditionally has attracted students who want to embrace both opportunities.
They're self-motivated, they have passion, they have drive, they have the ingredients that allow them to be successful. That's why they're at Harvard.
While Harvard offers need-based aid, its teams historically have been competitive nationally against rivals that offer athletic scholarships.
These kids work harder and are more passionate about their sport than any kids I've ever been around. It's just as important to these kids as it is the kids at Alabama or Ohio State.
The dedication and passion of Harvard student athletes provide a fulfilling atmosphere for coaches.
That's the number one reason why I've chosen to stay at Harvard for so long, is that the kids are in it for all the right reasons. They're not being paid to play, so they come down to the rink with a bounce in their step because this is what they love.
Harvard student athletes also value the benefits that continue well beyond their playing days.
This is a 40-year decision. This is a life-changing opportunity.
For Harvard's coaches, preparing their student athletes for life after athletics is equally as important as their season's record.
They're here not to just win games. They're here to develop these young men and women as people, as adults, as they go off and carry on their life's work.
Harvard's coaches, many of whom have been here for decades, primarily see themselves as teachers.
Pivot out of bow off your pocket, so you have that length well out in front of your hips.
Well, coaching is teaching. I mean, that's just how I define coaching. My goal as a coach is to try and give the athletes the tools to learn the skills and take some risks and find some success and fail and figure out how to restart and reset and go again. And that's really what teaching is all about. In the end, these guys are so smart they can often figure it out for themselves, and that's a good thing.
Harvard's coaches stress the importance of leadership and accountability, and of having the student athletes themselves set goals for the team.
When I got the job in the early 80s here at Harvard, I decided that this program would be theirs. I think it might have been the smartest thing I did.
While Harvard is dedicated to excellence in all of its 42 sports, the most in Division I, winning the league trophy is seen as only part of its athletic mission.
We want to be successful, we want to win the Ivy title, but the balance is so important. You know, there's this opportunity for growth and excellence on the court, of course, but more importantly in the classroom and in this community.
While Harvard student athletes proudly wear the letter sweater with its prominent crimson H, their more significant attainment is the diploma from the college, whose 98% graduation rate is the country's highest.
The worst thing that's going to happen to you if you decide to come here, all these dreams and plans and goals and visions that we will present to them, but the worst thing that's going to happen is they become a Harvard graduate.